So I can tell you that the story was he rehabbing an injury? Oh, hold on a sec. We'll finish the Jeter sex stuff in a second. My main man's on the hotline. I totally lost track of time. Mr. Jake Paul. Jake, it's Craig and Evan here in New York City. How you doing, pal?
I'm doing good, man. How are you guys? Thank you for having me.
Of course. You caught me dead in the middle of a Derek Jeter story. I'll tell you what the story is. I'll get your take on it,
But
okay?
also leads to a question. When you hook up with a girl, do you give autographed memorabilia after it's over?
Let me explain to him what the story is. So, Jake, Derek Jeter, famous shortstop, New York Yankees. He has a big documentary coming out, and we'll get to your boxing stuff in 1 second. And in this, there's an urban legend that whenever he had a girl over at his apartment, that when the girl left in the morning, he would give the girl a gift basket with autographed memorabilia. So the documentary just is coming out next week, and he's asked about it. He denies all of it. And he also apparently had girls sign NDAs afterwards as well. Have you ever experienced anything like that in your lifetime?
No, I haven't hooked up with Derek Jeter.
All right. Would you sign an NDA, though, if you did?
If I got to sign baseball.
You might. All right, so it's on the table. All right. Talk to us about August 6th, Madison Square Garden, your next fight. You've taken the boxing world, to your credit, by storm. You got Rahman, who's tough test for you as a boxer. But walk us through what the experience has been like and your expectations for August 6th.
Yeah, look, I've just wanted to challenge myself, and I'm doing just that. No boxer has ever taken this big of a risk in the history of boxing. Canelo's sixth fight was up against a guy who was 2-2. Gervonta's sixth fight was against a guy who was 2-8. And so for me, I'm taking a huge risk by fighting a guy who's bigger than me, who has more reach than me, who has 100 amateur fights. He's 12-1 as a professional. So I'm really taking a big risk here. But that's what I like to do. I like to challenge myself. And Madison Square Garden, MSG.com, tickets are on sale. You guys are going to come see me knock this guy out.
Well, yeah. It sounds like you're painting yourself as an underdog. Do you feel like an underdog going into this fight?
I mean, I have to be, right? Like 4 years ago, I was on Disney Channel acting, saying, "Hi, I'm Jake Paul, and you're watching Disney Channel." I was playing with Mickey Mouse, and he was being a professional fighter. So really, I guess I have to be the underdog here. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, look, the only thing is, and I'm a fight fan, MMA and boxing, the only thing here is you are fighting a legitimate boxer. You're not fighting an MMA fighter who might have a wrestling specialty or a jiu-jitsu specialty. Hasim Rahman is a legitimate fighter. The only negative about him is that he's 50 years old, but the guy's a boxer, which will be new for you, right?
He's 31 years old.
Okay, why do I have him at older than that?
That's his dad. His dad was a former...
That's on me. I got to take total ownership of that F-up. That's on me. I apologize.
His dad was a former heavyweight champion of the world, knocked out Lennox Lewis. So that's your dad. That's his dad that you're probably Googled. But he's 31. He's still in his prime.
Got it.
So, yeah, like everything about this is as serious as it gets. But it's okay, man. I mess up on Google sometimes.
Nah, listen, it's I'll take ownership of it. That's my bad. I looked up the wrong Rahman fighter. So that's on me.
Ramen noodle.
Yeah, listen, a lot of people are talking about, hey, this fight is what it is, but everybody wants to see you box Conor McGregor. McGregor took a shot at you. A lot of guys take a shot at you. Do you think Jake Paul, Conor McGregor will ever happen?
If he's not scared, I'm ready whenever. But he has his boss, Dana White, that's in control of him, so he can't make his own decisions. So even if he wanted to fight me, Dana would have to approve it. So we'll see what ends up happening. But I'm my own boss, so I can make my own decisions and fight whoever, whenever I want.
Do you think deep down inside Conor wants it, or do you think he is afraid of boxing you?
I think after I knock out Hasim Rahman Jr., Conor will be like, "Oh, wow, this kid could really fight." So August 6th, I know Conor's going to be watching. Yep. I know everyone else is going to be watching, and that probably is going to scare him away from fighting me.
Is there any aspect of boxing that has surprised you? As like you said, you're a YouTube star, a Disney star, and you're obviously a good athlete, and you start training to fight grown men who fight for a living. Is there any aspect of the experience that has surprised you?
Well, no matter how good you get, I don't care who you are, you could always get better. There's no such thing as mastering this sport, which is fun for me because in other areas of life, I've mastered stuff like social media or being a YouTube vlogger. For me, I love this because there's no limit to where my skill can go. And there's always constantly a new challenge and something new for me to learn. So I'm constantly progressing.
Do you consider yourself now a boxer or still kind of a celebrity who's boxing?
I'm a professional boxer, no matter how you slice it. And I get to prove that August 6th going up against a professional boxer. But I've knocked out UFC champions. I've knocked out superior athletes. And I'm sparring in the gym against professional boxers on a daily basis. So this is a start of a long professional career, and I plan on becoming the light heavyweight champion of the world one day.
And how are the ticket sales for this fight? Is the Garden going to be sold out August 6th?
It's going to be sold out.
Thank
you for bringing it up. MSG.com. Get your tickets. Go right now. It's going to be sold out. I'm actually standing in the middle of the arena right now. It's quiet in here.
Yeah, well, Madison Square Garden, when it's empty, is eerily quiet, or it's like being at a Nets game.
Well, I'm glad you're going to do something good at Madison Square Garden because when the basketball team plays, it's been 2 decades since something good's happened. So I'm glad you're going to bring energy to that decrepit building.
There you go. Is this a Showtime production with Espinosa and the gang, or is this independent?
Yeah, this is a Showtime pay-per-view.
It is. Got it. So sold out Madison Square Garden. August 6th, Jake Paul, Hasim Rahman Jr., that's on me, not his dad, the son of the former world heavyweight champion, will be boxing. And then I guess the question for you is, a lot of guys that have made the type of money you've made, my apologies for putting my hands in your bank account, it's none of my business, changes a guy. When you get independent wealth, generational wealth, the fight's gone, the hunger is gone. So I wonder for you, as you start looking at the next couple years of your professional career as a boxer, what's the ultimate end game for you?
Man, for me, it's about changing the sport forever and leaving a legacy that people talk about, and having a massive, massive impact on this sport for generations to come. The money's cool, and obviously I'm a businessman, but being a legend is more important to me, and making this sport and changing this sport forever is what I really want to do. So I'm just doing that little by little, doing things differently, bringing new aspects to the game, bringing new fans to the game, taking on bigger risks than any other fighter has ever taken on in their 6th fight. So I really just want to change the game all the way around the board.
Will you ever get a chance to fight Tommy Fury, the guy you were supposed to fight initially?
Who knows, man? That guy's a joke. He's pulled out of the fight twice now.
Yeah, he claims he can't get into the country.
You think he's scared? Is that what's going on there?
But on his Instagram was in Los Angeles a month earlier, taking pictures
he don't
in front of the Hollywood sign. He don't want to fight.
Some people want the smoke, some people don't want it.
Exactly. I'm like Snoop Dogg. I want all the smoke.
Well, Snoop's got all the smoke. There's none for anybody else. Talking to Jake Paul another minute or two as he gets ready for August 6th at Madison Square Garden. Go to MSG.com and you can get whatever tickets remain.
Are you going to follow your brother to the WWE someday, or no interest in doing that?
Maybe someday. I just can't get injured right now going off the top rope, but that could be interesting. I think we should become the WWE champions. I don't think anyone could beat us.
Yeah. Tag team champions. There you go. Hey, is there any fear at all that you lose a fight and the minute you lose a fight, nobody wants to see you box again?
No, I mean, it's a possibility, right? Like when you go into the ring, it's high risk, high reward. But I'm confident in my preparation and the training that I do and the hours that I've put in over the past couple of years. And really, when I'm sparring all the time and these guys can't get the better of me, there's no reason why anyone should be able to do it in an actual fight.
God, talking to Jake Paul, I also, I wonder this. You've been very vocal about your support for MMA fighters financially. And there's a big thing going viral right now that Dana White gave one of the Nelk boys a $250,000 cash birthday gift. And the flyweight champion from last week's MMA card made less than that. as an example that, hey, come on, you just gave a random kid $250,000 in cash, but you're not giving a guy who put his life on the line in the octagon anywhere near that kind of money. I assume you know about that story, but I didn't get your take on it.
Yeah, man, it sucks. It's embarrassing, and it just shows how much of a scumbag Dana White is. You know, how could you do that to your fighter? You're giving a birthday gift to someone, but your own flyweight champion, you can't pay him enough, and there's no health care for his fighters. People are really starting to see how greedy this guy is. People are really starting to see that these fighters are underpaid, and there's got to be some change made here. And the more we talk about it, the more we raise awareness and the more we fight back, the more pressure they're going to be under to pay their fighters more. But it sucks, man. I feel bad for the flyweight champion. And, you know, Dana White, if you're listening to this, bro, you really need to reevaluate yourself and take a hard look in the mirror.
And I should mention that on the card you're fighting on, and I hope I don't have this wrong because I'm 0 for 1 so far, is Serrano fighting on August 6th as well?
Yes, Amanda Serrano
Cheers.
versus Brenda. It's a double headliner, so she is headlining as well, and going to have another superstar performance.
Because I can tell you, as a longtime fan of boxing, that the Serrano-Taylor fight, which I guess was April or May earlier this year, was one of the best nights of fighting I've ever seen. It was amazing.
Historic, and we're going to run that fight back eventually. You know, Amanda's excited to have that rematch, but first she's going to defend her belts at 126 pounds against Brenda. And
joke, Evan, you have to understand, the women's fight game is nowhere near the men's fight game, and that's not being sexist, that's factual. And Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor fought at the Garden in April as the headline event and sold it out. Never happened before. And it was one of the great fights in a very long time from an action standpoint. So I was wondering if they were going to get it on again. So I guess that's in the future, yeah?
Yeah, that's in the cards, and we're excited to make that happen. Look, Amanda's going to get through August 6th. I'm going to get through August 6th, and then there's going to be a lot more opportunities on the table.
What is the one thing people think about Jake Paul that they've got wrong? What's the thing that bothers you the most when people talk about you?
Man, I don't really care. Like, there's a lot of things out there, but I would just say never judge someone until you meet them, because the media can paint a picture of someone that just is completely false. I think that's what's happened to me in my career. I think I've become a target of the media and bad press and headlines and controversy, when really I'm just a nice little guy with a seatbelt collection.
You're funny.
I'm just a nice little kid.
Yeah, okay. What's after boxing? You want to be like a tight end in the NFL? What's the next challenge for you?
Yeah, maybe a slot receiver in the NFL, maybe NASCAR.
No, you're too tall for NASCAR, dude.
Well,
you ever see a guy 6 foot driving a car in NASCAR?
It's not about how tall you are; it's about how fast you can drive.
I guess so. Well, listen, buddy, we look forward to
seeing... What do you know about speed, huh?
Nothing. Listen, we appreciate you coming on. I look forward to seeing you at Madison Square Garden on August 6th, and good luck to you in the squared circle that night. And thanks for coming on, pal.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
All right, talk to you. Jake Paul, there you go. All right.
Never slept with Derek Jeter. True
and
story.
He never slept with Derek Jeter. There you go. But he would accept the signed ball from him. Yeah. So there you have it.